Welcome guys, today we have the duo update for Dota Underlords. This is the 5th part of the update previews and we'll be looking at double mode and also there's a freestyle mode. Let's look into the first mode. I'm super excited. First up, you'll be partnered with another player to verse other 7 games. So it's likely gonna be a 2 versus 2 up to 8 teams. So there will be 16 players that's gonna be playing if I'm reading this correctly. And the tips of sharing with double mode is that you'll be sharing your gold and your units and also your life. So be careful your life, and you live and die together with your shared health and level. And also you can send gold and heroes to help your teammate to complete their alliance and rank up the crew. As for the combat mode, the team face off in 2 individual battles against another duo with round damage added from both fights. So what's likely going to happen is, let's say if I'm a scrappy team and my ally is a knight team, we'll face with the same other team but maybe mix of players. It's random which player we face in the team, but we'll face the same team. So if I win on my side, if he loses on his side, the enemy takes damage from my side but will take damage from his side. It's likely we'll have close to 200 HP, so this allows us to share HP. So the moment one side of the team loses, we still lose HP. Let me try to explain how the gold sharing and unit sharing might be working, and those assumptions actually came from the Dota Underlords double mode, and which we'll be using that as a demo very soon. So it's likely the unit sharing will come with a fee or a cost, because if you can just freely share units, then it's likely all the teams will just collect 3 stars really quickly, because I can take Jorringer, Lifestealer, all those tier 1 units and find 3 stars really fast. And without any cost, this might not be the best thing for it. And in Dota Underlords, there's a small cost for units to be shared across to that player. And in regards to gold sharing, this is interesting because in Dota Underlords you cannot share gold. Here, if you guys could share gold, let's say if I'm currently on 11 gold and my ally is on 19 gold, I can send 1 gold over, I don't lose my interest, and he will gain additional gold. So it's as if we need to communicate to make sure both of our team have the maximum capacity to earn interest. I'm not sure if it's viable if we actually are trying to give one player 50 gold first and then give the other player 50 gold from the interest he earns. But that is not going to be effective if there's a cost in sharing gold. Let's say if I need to give him 2 gold so he gets 1 gold. That's not a cost-effective way to do things unless I'm already at 50 gold. I have so much spare gold and I don't need gold to search for my own units. And we also want to calculate if it's worth it to share gold or units, because sometimes if you say if 1 gold is equals 2 gold of cost, or say if 1 unit has a fixed cost, we can do a calculation. What's the best way to share gold if you were to buy low cost units, and what's the best way to share units if it's more cost efficient. And let's look into a demo how this can be effective in a game of Dota Underlords, which will be very similar to Dota Underlords. Over here we can see a game of my previous Dota Underlords co-op videos. Here I am co-oped with another player called SPIRE, and we can communicate through the in-game chat, or we can communicate through just text messages on stream, because he's also on my stream. And I think this should be a good way to communicate on Dota Underlords. But the key point and the key highlight for this particular demo is that how we are sharing units. Let's have a look.
I'm dying too fast.
I'm leveling up because my HP is quite low. We are sharing HP because we started with 100, so in total we have 200%. I'm looking for a special unit called Mars.
If it gives me 2 Mars?
Right now I have 6 Mars on the board, and I have IO, which is a wild card. So with 2 more Mars and with the IO, I can fuse a 3-star Mars. So I'm typing to him. I was like, Mars, please.
I can use the, what you call it?
So notice the Mars are actually flying across the border. So what happens is he's on the other side of the map and he can send units with a fixed cost. Usually the cost in Dota Underlords is the double price for a unit. It's tier level. So basically this Mars is actually costing him, I think, it costs him 1 gold to buy the Mars, and because it's a tier 1 unit, it also costs him 2 gold to send the Mars. So he's actually spending 3 gold for me to have a 1 tier unit. But you can see the powerfulness of this one, right?
Because the IOs.
All of a sudden, we fuse a 3-star Mars,
teamwork! Look at that,
which is a great tank in the game. Yeah, 3-star Mars with the teamwork. I even wrote it here. We say thank you. And now we're facing enemies with a powerful unit.
That's
this
good,
is my
that's
ally
good.
side.
I hope he stabilizes.
And how it works is, I can cross over to double check on his side to see what units he needs. And there's some great strategies which we'll share with Dota Underlord about team modes and how to best approach with those. Let's go through some of the strategies for the team mode, which we discovered with Dota Auto Chess. Firstly, let's think about this. Effectively, you're looking at 200% HP instead of just one player with 100% HP. So that means you can run a losing streak more effectively, because if your ally is doing well, and if you're not doing well, if you save up with a losing streak, it's better for you to come back with more HP base. And this is more HP or more resource to play around with. So what we try to do in double modes before, we try to have one player run a win streak if possible, one player run a losing streak. The player with a win streak can protect HP and damage to the other team. The player with a losing streak will have better economy, which can come back and help the friend out with buying units they need, rolling for units, or just sending some gold over. So this is the first mode. The second tip I have is we can actually be running 2 losing streak at a time, but this will deplete HP much faster. In order to do this, we have to be on the lookout for some low tier 3-star units. The ideal case will be for some druids. If you find Enchantress, Furion, and Dream Protector, those can be the power spike, because if your ally wants those, say a druid mage, if he finds those, he will stabilize with maybe Elusive with Spark, or maybe he can just be strong enough to stop losing HP after round 10. The key is, because you both are getting free rolls, and as you free roll, if you communicate well enough, you can say, hey, I need all the hunters. Find me the Beastmaster, find me the Axe, or the Brownies, and I'm going for Brownie hunters. Find me those so I can come back in the mid game. And on the other side, I can be saying, hey, I'm looking for Scrappies. Find me the Timbersaw, find me the, Bounty Hunter, as you search with your free rolls because you have a losing streak. These both build up the economy and also the units we want for the mid game, which was a surprise factor against other teams as we find multiple 3-stars before round 20. The third and generic tip we have for double mode or team mode is that try to pick a team that is not the same as your partner. Why is that? Because if I'm going for knights and he's going for knights, if we find a Sven, likely I won't share with him because I'll be like, I need a Sven too. And similarly, if I'm going for mages, we both need Crystal Maiden, we both need the same units. And that's not good, because the advantage of double mode is that if you search for your shop, you find units you don't need and it happens to be needed by your partner, it's double effective for them to find crucial units. So if at the start, if you can see your partner is going for Scrappies, don't go for Scrappies. If he's going for warriors, maybe you can try to go something less of a warrior. So the key is to complement each other instead of to compete against each other. Of course, if you think knights are super strong and no one in the game runs knights, maybe both of you go knights. What's to stop us, right? But ideally, you do want to play a different alliance and different combination compared to your partner. Lastly, this may be the case if one player gets super strong late game. If I'm already sitting on a bunch of great units and I look at my partner, he's already losing, I was like, hey, take this 2-star Tide. Or here, take this 2-star Medusa, because I can still win with my comp and I want to help you out. So this is when you actually balance for the ultra late game. We often see players who are searching for a 3-star Techies, there's 3-star Disruptor. They have a 2-star tier 3 or tier 5 units on the bench. And the best way to help your ally is to send them over, because you have so much gold and so much excess units. You can make them a little stronger, because if they lose, you also lose HP. So make sure you look out for your partner and also request for some strong units if you're in trouble. So those are very nice with communication, sharing, and strategies. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, there are allies or there are alliances that can benefit so much more from a team mode, because the early game alliance, druids, brownies, and maybe warriors can really dominate the game if you find a 2-star, especially a 2-star Beastmaster. And here we also have Bristleback, which is a tier 4. So if I have 2 Beastmaster, I'll be like, dude, find me a Beastmaster so I can be around 3 2-star Beastmaster. This is going to happen in double mode, and this is going to be very exciting because we're basically powering up a brownie comp with two of the players instead of one, and we can work together. So no longer do I find two Beastmaster, I'll be like, oh gosh, I wish I played brownies. Now I'll be like, hey, my friends play brownies, let me send them over. So lots of tips, and let me know what you guys think about those tips, and if you have any other tips or ideas, definitely share with me. We'll try those out on stream and onto our videos as well. Next up, we have the freestyle. This freestyle mode allows you to have full control of the board. Basically, you're the editor or the developer that's testing all the builds, and you can build any scenario you can think of, use it to explore any composition or new theories or new testings, and you can share your design with your friends and community, which is great. We love those builds, we love those compositions. Look at this, we even have a troll on the team and the other side have a Roshan. So what we're gonna try is, we're gonna try all legendary comp. Every tier 5 unit, every S unit to 3-star, and we'll be trying to see how strong they are versus a proper build. We'll test that with knights, we can test that with mages. We just want to see how strong units are with a 3-star. Also, there's so many combinations we can try. We can see who is the strongest single carry. A 3-star Troll Warlord, 3-star Void, 3-star Stark, or 3-star Terrorblade, or maybe a 3-star Spin. So I love the freestyle mode because it's wonderful. It allows you to understand the strength of each composition in different stage of the game. So meanwhile, like testing aside, or the fine parts aside for its 3 stars, let's say if I want to see how strong a mage comp is at round 13 with a certain amount of units, how do I fare against the warriors, how do I fare against the brownies or maybe hunters? And then I can test how strong a mage build is at round 17, round 21 and round 25. If you put enough time and effort into testing, you can slowly understand your build so much more, and you know what stage you're weaker and against what comp you're weaker. And also you can look into the adjustments. Let's say if I'm versing a hunter comp, to adjust for multiple hunter comps within the lobby, what I can do is maybe can add 3 warriors, maybe a tiny, maybe a conquer, maybe a doom. You want to see how well a doom can handle with the mages and how would you position. So this can go into very much in depth, or this could be a very fine kind of competition with all the 3 stars. This is definitely like a beginning of the editor's mode that allows us to create scenarios. What I want to see in the future is, if possible, we can create a scenario, we can post it, and we can challenge other players with hey, try to beat this scenario. I won't tell you how I beat it, but if you can beat it, then it's great work. So it's like a puzzle solver. How do you beat a team with 2 Roshans and 2 Ursa warriors? How do you beat a team with all 3 stars with only limit of units? So it's as if saying that we're ending up with puzzles that people can solve depending on the fixed scenarios we have with enemy units, which can be a fun mode as well. So let me know what you think about those, and what are the other opportunities we can make with this mode. I'm super excited about this mode, so English is losing to me. We can see the little bird. Ricky is saying it's like dancing but with more stepping. So yeah, I want to see how, what teams beat the neutral monster. Maybe I can have a 3-star Troll versus Roshan. Oh, I need a starter to help. So those are going to be very fun. We can see that we still have more previews. So I'm hoping it's released on Friday for us in the US, or for the friends that's in the US, and for me it's Friday for Australia as well. So hopefully there's more good things that's coming. I'm looking forward to the Underlords now. We mentioned there will be duos. Likely it's going to be different Underlords. They're going to be a preview, and after that it should be a patch release. So overall, I am super excited about the team mode because this allows communication, interactions, and more advanced strategies to be made. Also, let me know what you guys think about our tips with the double mode and with the freestyle mode. And if you have anything to share on that, please share in the comments or let me know on stream. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more patch reviews. I'll try to add a few demos whenever I can find them. Thank you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.